Um, Now, if there's one thing that right-wingers insist on, these neo-fascist bastards, is military this, military that. Spend all the money you want to on the military. We want lots of money spent on the military as far as taking care of sick people or poor people or homeless people or people that are hungry. Now, to hell with them. Military, military. We want more money for the military. Military, just on and on. That's the only thing these right-wing neo-Nazi bastards can ever come up with. Military, military. Well, when you have a military that big, sometimes you have to let them exercise someplace. Somebody ought to tell this real sick bastard Chuck Norris, this guy ought to be in a retirement home or a hospice center or something. Chuck Norris is getting, what is he, 80? He's warning, among others down in Texas, of a federal government plot to take over the state of Texas. Do you know why? There's an operation called Jade Helm 15. I have no idea what it means. I don't care. It's a U.S. military training exercise planned for July and August. And according to Chuck Norris and the rest of these rabid, booger-eating freaks, this is it. Here it comes. The United States military is going to take over. Yes, goddammit. They're going to take all the elected officials in Texas, the Republicans, line them up against a wall at the University of Texas at Austin and shoot the sons of bitches in the head and then decapitate them. It's coming. It's a-coming, I'm telling you. These military exercises, well, see, Chuck Norris and the filth like him support spending as much as possible and then some on the military. And I don't. One of the things, like the USA Patriot Act and the military, whatever, all these military acts have been passed thanks to the push from the right-wingers. The United States is now considered a theater of operations. There is a U.S. command. There's an Africa command. There's a Europe command. There's a South America. The U.S. military is all over the goddamn planet. And there is a U.S. military command. Occasionally, Chuck, you half-witted jerkwad, occasionally your military has to exercise its plans to stop the Muslims and the gays from taking over the United States. That's what this is, you dummy. Exercises will be held in Texas and 6 other states during Jade Helm 15. Now, the training that our billion, trillion, quadrillion dollar military has to constantly go through in order to sustain itself until another war comes along, which will probably be pretty soon. That training has been the focus of right-wing conspiracy theories since, I don't know, since what? Since the Marines took on the pirates off the Barbary Coast. Probably that long. Jesus God. And here's the thing. A map published for the purpose of the simulation labeled Texas, Utah, and California as hostile. Hostile territory. Now, are they doing this in California? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. California has its share of nutballs, but not like Texas. Not like Texas, I'll tell you that right now. Norris wrote for this garbage pit WorldNet Daily, he wrote, "The U.S. government says it's just a training exercise, but I'm not sure the term just has any reference to reality when the government uses it." Now, the governor of Texas, Greg Abbott, U.S. Senator Ted Cruz, and a bunch of these other Republican swine down in Texas are pandering to these conspiracy theorists. They're all sick. Every one of these people are sick. You want to save America's soul? You want to make this country strong again? Take these people, line them up, and just beat them to death with bunches of grapes. Just keep beating them and beating them. It might take about 10 years because they're grapes, but just keep beating them and beating them until they finally just disappear into a vat of raisins. I don't know. Greg Abbott, the governor, who's really a sick son of a bitch, he's asked the Texas State Guard to monitor the U.S. military training exercise. Can you imagine what the Texas National Guard, or the Texas State Guard, I guess there's a difference. Do you imagine what those boys are thinking? What? We're supposed to do what? Monitor? How in the hell are we supposed to monitor the United States military? We can't even get close to. Jesus God. Chuck Norris, who played a Texas Ranger in on the TV, said, "I'm glad Ted Cruz is asking the tough questions of the Pentagon, particularly because the exercise has come too near to my ranch's back door." Jesus God.